Alrighty guys, hi, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day today. I want to start off by apologizing for the last couple of weeks kind of being all over the place. It's just been rough, and eventually hopefully I'll be able to tell you guys what's all been going on. It's not like everything has been bad. It's just been a lot of chaos kind of happening, and adult decisions happening, as well as this last week I've been not feeling the best. I don't want to go into details. Overall, I'm healthy. There's nothing really to worry about. It's just been a rough week, but I am starting to feel better. I actually had to take my husband somewhere, so I'm waiting. I was going to wait inside, but I figured since I haven't been able to sit down and film, I would sit in the car and just kind of film a chit-chatty video. Tried to film this 1 or 2 times now, and I end up getting off on side tangents. So the main focus that I wanted this video to be about was kind of, as a creator, getting negative comments, dealing with negative comments. I've talked about my boundaries, but talk a little bit about that, and it's likely to go off in a couple of different directions because I've already tried to talk about this a few times, and I continue to get sidetracked. So yeah, there's that. So to start off, these are my opinions, my perceptions, my experience. Every creator's experience and how they operate their channel is different, and there's nothing wrong with that. So take what I say with a grain of salt. I know a lot of creators talk about their experience, how they deal with trolling and negativity. So if you want to know how other creators deal with it, you can Google it. I'll try to leave a couple of channels down below that have talked about this before. So for me, I do try to have some pretty strong boundaries as far as when I'm willing to read comments and deciding whether or not it's a comment that should be left on the channel or if it should be removed, blocking people and blocking terms. So I do have a couple of words blocked on my channel, and what happens, if you don't know, if a creator has terms blocked and they are included in your comment, it goes into the held for review comment section. So on the back end, when we as creators go to look at the comments, there is a separate folder that are held for review. Not only are words that you have flagged going to be in that, but also anything that YouTube or Google deem that may be spamming or problematic, have any harsh verbiage, are likely to end up in that folder. So for me, I only check my held for review folder every week or two. It really just depends. Sometimes I've gone longer, and I have to be in the right frame of mind and like mood. I guess mood is probably better, because if I'm already in a bad mood, or I'm already upset, or I'm overly stressed, and I go in to read these comments that I know are held for review for some reason or another, if my emotions are already heightened, no matter what way they may be heightened, I may not be as open-minded to understanding where someone's coming from. So I wait until I know that I'm chilled, there's nothing really going on that's going to, make it to where I can't think rationally. So that's when I check my held for review. I typically just publish the comment unless it's outwardly hurtful or hateful to either myself, or if I'm talking about a content creator, towards them. Then I don't allow that. And I try to monitor my comment sections to the best of my ability. But again, I can't sit here all day, every day and go through my comments. So for a while that's how I engaged so quickly and often in my comment section, was because I was just, anytime I got a notification, I got a new comment, I'd go in and I'd read it and I would engage with it. However, that was starting to take a lot of time, so I have since scaled that back, and I only review my comments every couple of days. And I know it's not as fun and interactive since I'm not responding to every comment. I do try to respond to every few, depending on when I'm going through my comments. Lately, since I haven't been feeling well and things have been kind of stressful, I've just been hearting all the comments. And for me, and I've talked with you guys before, for me, a heart translates to let you guys know, like, I read your comment. And for some, I do respond, but lately there's just been so many that I have backlogged because things have kind of been crazy, that I haven't been able to keep up with it and comment as much as I would like. I'm hoping to get better about that, but it is what it is for now. So as far as when I get a negative comment, if it's critical of me, I will approve it. Even if it's kind of harsh of me, I will approve it depending on what is said, because I don't want someone who is just trying to give criticism to then have subscribers of mine maybe see that and feel that they need to defend me. So I am careful about the critical comments, what I will publish. And for me, it's not so much because I feel strongly that I shouldn't put it out there because someone disagrees with me. It's more or less because I don't want someone to feel that they can't have that opinion because people are going to maybe defend me. And I don't know if other subscribers would defend me or not. I always ask for people to keep an open mind and to not be hurtful towards each other. You can have a constructive conversation in comment sections. I have had pretty I don't know how to say it. I've had like disagreements in comment sections of my own with people. So it's one of those things that is hard for me, and maybe hard for other creators to decide, like where the line is drawn when it comes to publishing certain comments. I know some creators kind of get accused of having an echo chamber, and people are saying that comments get deleted. I don't know if they are or not. And that's kind of like me explaining my thought process behind deleting comments. And the parking lot I'm in clearly is lunch break, by the way. That's why I keep looking up, because people keep walking towards my car, and they're not coming to my car, but they're walking towards it, so you like look up. So I keep getting distracted. I'm sorry. Anyways, I understand where that comes from, but this just kind of gives people an idea on why maybe a creator is deleting comments. It could be just because they don't want their subscribers or the people who support them to defend them and go after someone else. I mean, that's why I have done it in the past, but I do, if it's just critical, I do leave it. And oftentimes, if I'm feeling a little bit sassy, I'll thank them for the engagement, even though they clearly didn't listen to what I said, or they really just don't agree with what I have to say. And I understand that. Like, when you're commentating, creators need to actually hold themselves to understanding that people aren't going to agree with them and people aren't going to like them. I see a lot of creators, and maybe even I'm guilty of this as well, saying I don't care if people like me or whatever. When I say that, I do mean it. Does that necessarily mean that my feelings don't get hurt from time to time? No, like, that wouldn't be fair for me to say, like, my feelings have never gotten hurt from a comment or from a comment left on my videos or a comment a creator has made. My feelings have gotten hurt, but it's not like they're getting hurt to where I feel I need to defend myself or I need to correct it. As if it's just your opinion, it does no good for me to argue your opinion of me, because it's not going to change. And I know that. And I'm not trying to make people like me. I hope people like me, but if they don't, they don't. And that's a part of life, is people aren't going to like you. Now, for me, there is a difference between having an opinion and not liking someone and kind of feeding into hate and negativity. So let's say, for instance, you don't like me for whatever reason. You leave a comment or you're talking in a chat where you say, I don't like Mandapants. I just don't like her delivery style. I don't like her personality. I don't like her content. Whatever criticism you want to have. Is that likely to hurt my feelings? No. It's really not. Again, if I was having one of those off days, it might hurt my feelings. But for the most part, it's not going to bother me. Versus, and that's just like an opinion-based comment. Versus a hateful-based comment, which is, Amanda's a bitch. She brings nothing to the conversation. That's just hateful. And if you think I'm a bitch, okay, like, that term doesn't bother me, but it does bother other people, and I understand why. But in the context that's being used in is a derogatory way. You're referring to me in a negative manner, and you're also implying that, I'm either not intelligent or I can't have a good conversation with people because you're saying my content, I don't bring anything to the table. Like, those are insulting things to say. That's a negative comment. Is it criticism? I don't know. To me, like, that's a fine line. I can see where people would try to argue that it is, but for me, it's kind of not. There's nothing constructive about that. It's kind of just negative. But again, like, that's part of being online, is you are allowing yourself to be in that position. And that's why those kind of comments really don't bother me. But if I'm in a bad frame of mind, or I'm upset or stressed or whatever, and I see comments like that, it may bother me. It may upset my feelings. Who knows how I would react to it, because I personally don't check those areas whenever I know that I'm probably not going to handle that very well. And I can understand why some creators then react out of their emotion. If they see something, they want to address it immediately, or hop on a live immediately, or they see a creator say something and they want to make sure that they talk about it. And I've recently kind of been a little bit reactionary, even though that's one of my largest criticisms, is I have recently kind of been reactionary. For me, when I have been reactionary, it's more to set the record straight about potential lies and speculation and assumptions from happening, than to allow it to get worse and snowball to where it's out of control, and by the time I finally am ready to address it, my word means nothing against whatever speculation and assumptions that have been made. I've made that mistake before, and I didn't want to make it again. And I think it's 50-50. I think people don't know where they want to stand with me, and that's okay. It's a part of navigating being a creator. It's a part of navigating this space. We're human at the end of the day. Negative comments are going to affect us on some days. If not, for some people, it may affect them all the time. We're going to make mistakes. And when mistakes are made, should we be held accountable? For sure. It's another thing I guess I kind of want to talk about briefly is accountability. I've seen a couple of creators kind of talk about accountability and what it means to them, and, you know, who is who to say you can hold someone accountable. I think it all depends on what you are as a creator, what you're trying to hold, who and what you're trying to hold accountable. So for me, I have always tried to like talk about creators and say that I wanted to hold them accountable to their actions. And what I am hoping out of that is, on the off chance that they see my video, that maybe they will be open-eared and willing to listen to the criticism that I have. And oftentimes when I give criticism, I do provide like an alternative way to maybe have handled a situation. So I hope that they hear that out. But on the other part, the accountability that I'm holding them to is, hey, for their audience, like, hey, if you like this creator and you see this video, like, be aware that this is the behavior, this is the patterned behavior that this creator has. Therefore, it's already a pattern, so it's something that exists, and is holding them accountable to knowing the knowledge of that creator so that they can make whatever decision they feel best moving forward with their viewership or their relationship with that creator. So me holding someone accountable may be different than someone else holding the same creator accountable, if that makes sense. My viewpoint is, hey, I'm trying to hold this creator accountable based off of the pattern of behavior, not a one-time incident. Unless it's like a criminal incident, I'm not going to go after or try and hold accountable anyone based off of one incident unless it's severe enough that it needs to be addressed. Most of the creators that I have talked about and I have provided criticism on and given my opinion about are based off of a pattern where it's a constant cycle of behavior, because when humans have a pattern of behavior, it's not likely to change without intervention. And with creators and where their problematic behaviors lie, it's very unlikely, in my opinion, most of them are getting intervention for these issues. And that's why I like to talk about them. And that's why lately I have taken so long to get any new commentary style videos out, because there's so many different creators that have been mentioned and been brought up, and that I have personally seen that I am doing the research to be able to provide a video that's somewhat informed, so people understand why I'm getting to the opinions that I am, and to make sure that there is that pattern there. So for the accountability piece, I think it really just depends on the creator and what and who they're trying to hold accountable to what and who, if that makes any sense at all. It's all very circumstantial and situation by situation, if that makes sense. I don't know if that made sense, but I hope some of this has made any amount of sense. I don't know if it has. I really just wanted to sit down and chat with you guys a little bit and talk about a couple of different things. If you need clarification, feel free to leave it in the comments. If you don't want to leave it in the comments, all of my contact information is linked in the description. Feel free to reach out to me on any of those social medias. But with all of that being said, I'm sure I could continue to talk and rant, but I believe my husband will be done and out any minute. So I am going to go ahead and end this. Again, I hope you have a good day, evening, or night, wherever you guys are. And until next time, bye guys.